Hi, welcome back to 12% of a Plan, the podcast where we teach you how to do things. On today's episode, we learn how to change a tyre with nothing but a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm Wes.
I'm Jacob.
Let's get into it.
All right.
We'll get into that right away, but first,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about Endgame. Avengers Endgame.
The last game.
The final game, because you can't really not talk about it. I have seen it twice.
There's many talks.
I've seen it twice, and I'm definitely going to go see it again before it leaves the cinemas.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, do two things. Turn off this, go watch it, and come back, because we're about to spoil it for you. Two, the second one was go watch it. So really you can knock over both of them with the first thing that I said, which is go watch it. Because it's amazing.
Don't watch us until you've seen it.
So we went and saw it on opening day.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob bought a container of spaghetti,
I did.
which was impressive.
Mm-hmm. I had my own gold class ticket. It was regular colours. It was normal colours, white and black. I also brought my own gold class food, which was not fancy. It was just regular.
If I ever go to gold class and I get served the spaghetti that you had, I will leave. All right. So
you don't like the best spaghetti in the world?
No.
It was not spaghetti.
What was it?
It was pasta.
Spaghetti. So initial thoughts. Let's just start off. Did you like it?
I did like it.
I remember sitting there, and we were probably about 10 minutes in, and you just leaned over Steve, and you just said, "This is my favorite movie ever." And I was like, "Yep. Can you just watch it and stop talking to me?"
Yeah, so we purposely had a couple of viewings because we knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, well, we'll just enjoy the first one,
Yes.
and then we'll go back and we'll pay attention to what happens instead of just being in awe of thousands and thousands of characters all clashing and trying to kill each other for no reason at all.
It was unbelievable. Like, I know that giving a 10 out of 10 rating is a big call, especially because that means that it was flawless. I don't think it was flawless.
I'd probably give it a 9.
I would, but the problem is
Out of
that
10.
giving it a 9 doesn't give it justice.
Yeah.
I reckon you'd have to say like 9.7 or 9.
So out of 100, what's your rating out of 100 for Avengers Endgame, the 22nd movie in the franchise so far?
Out of 100?
Out of 100, what's your rating?
Like 90,
Not 9.
97.
97?
I reckon 97. I'm going to see what Rotten Tomatoes has it at.
Yeah, I think it's got pretty high.
It's probably
assumedly very high.
Yeah.
I would give it probably a 85, 87 or something like that.
Really?
There's obviously always things
Did
people can do better.
you say 87?
87.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a sec.
I'm probably
Tomatometer,
a bit harsh.
Yeah.
More harsh than you are.
which is
with
fine.
some things.
That's why we're different. Yeah, the Avengers has 95% on
That's
Rotten
cool.
Tomatoes.
I like
Yeah, which is good. The audience score
much
is
does the movie have?
91. Dumbo has 46%, in case you wanted to know.
Oh, I didn't even know it was out yet.
Shazam, which I thought was really cool, has 90%, so I'm
Yeah.
glad about that.
Yeah, I had heard that it was way up there. Shazam, sorry.
Yeah, it was good. It's the best DC movie. But we can talk
Yeah.
about that at a different time. So I want to know why you only scored it 97%. 87%.
All right, I think probably some of it has to do with the lead up. I don't really appreciate I did appreciate it beforehand, but getting closer and closer to the movie and getting through it, and then seeing the changes that happened between the false trailers or all the things that did happen that didn't happen, like all the false misleadings and
Yeah, but I have no
all that
problem
stuff.
with that.
I know. I think,
went in
I
not
think it
knowing
was
what to
taken a
expect.
little far, and I think omittance is better than lying.
Yeah.
So that's probably 4 or 5% for me.
Okay.
And there was a couple of bits here and there that I think they could have done slightly better. The ending was really long. Like the second half of the movie was the ending, basically.
Yeah, but like I feel like I was thinking about that today. About they probably devoted after the final battle, probably a good 40 minutes to just tying everything up. But that's kind of why I was okay with it, because you've got 21 movies before it that all need to be concluded in this one movie, and I feel like they did that really well in the best time possible. I think if it had been shorter, it would have felt rushed. I
Yep.
liked that they went through the main kind of characters and gave them each their own ending. Like, obviously, Tony Stark didn't make it there. But, you had the Guardians.
He was there, he just wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Guardians. Then you had, Captain America and Bucky and Falcon. You had, I think it's just assumed that, like, the Hulk will just continue living at the Avengers facility. And I don't know, Clint and...
The Avengers facility is destroyed, so there's no...
The
more
new
living
Avengers
there.
facility. You know what I mean? Yes.
Where are they going to go next?
I don't know. I think that final scene in the woods was
That was
outside.
at the Avengers
Yeah.
mansion destroyed.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess they'll either rebuild or not bother. Maybe there's no need for the Avengers anymore. Maybe they'll actually put a suit of armor around the world.
Probably not.
Well, they need it.
They do.
They needed it anyway, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay.
Yeah, okay, so I guess there was only very few, but there was a couple of little dry bits. And I've heard people say a couple of, bits here and there, like the Hulk scene where they take selfies and a couple of little bits like that I think were a bit too drawn out or
Yeah, that scene went
forced
for like 15 minutes.
There's that whole female lineup thing, which I get is a comic reference piece, but there was that whole we're going to charge as the female Avengers.
I hated that so much. And
Okay.
and everyone...
I know you do.
I know, and I'm very vocal about it.
The second time I watched it, I thought it was better than the first time I watched it. I thought it was too blatant and stupid. But the second time I was like, oh, yeah, okay. They could have done it better. I know.
I just think everyone's going to be like, oh, you're sexist or you like hate women or whatever. Like, I have no problem with the female Avengers. They're badass. Like, but that doesn't need to be proved to us. We know this. And the biggest problem probably that I had with it was two things. The first one was that it was all a bit too coincidental for me. Mm-hmm. That they all just happened to be like Captain Marvel was like, I'll take that, and then Peter's like, oh, but you'll need some help, and then don't worry, she's got help, and there's like 12 women just standing there. Like, where do they come from?
If they had kept Peter in the frame, they purposely covered him up with someone, which I think was a bit silly.
And Mantis was there.
The camera.
What's she gonna do?
Thank you, help him.
That was the first thing. The second thing was that, like, 2 seconds after that, there's a shot of Captain Marvel just blasting through the Outriders like they're made out of tissue paper.
They almost are.
And that annoyed me because then it just made everything before that moot. Mm-hmm. Like, why did they need all these women to come and help her if she didn't even need help? They could be off. Like, there's probably Wakandans getting slaughtered by, like, Ebony Moore. And
they were just standing there looking cool for a second.
They're just helping, like, Captain Marvel, who clearly doesn't need any help. If she can blast through Thanos' ship just by flying through it, surely she can just fly through some...
Yeah, she's literally just too OP for that. For the franchise so far. She might be leveled out in the future movies, but I don't... That was probably my main critique out of the whole thing, was the fact that she was in the movie Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with her as a character and a power set and everything like that. I think it's cool.
Me either. Yeah.
I just think that she was in the movie for the beginning. This was the very first act.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then she just completely disappears with no word of where she is or why she's gone or she's not part of the time heist.
She said she's got to go look after the other planets.
She's been doing that for 5 years.
Well, yeah.
With Scarlet. I was going to say Scarlet, but I meant
with Scarlet.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
She's been doing that, and then before that, she was doing that also before she got to the Avengers. So she kind of, in my head, she did that. She's been doing that this whole time, and then nobody said she was going to go do that more while they were doing the time heist thing, and then she just appears at the very end in the last battle, and she didn't tell them she was going to wait for something. There was no setup of her just appearing, and then the cannons just turn and face her. The Avengers don't even know what's going on. They're just like, what? Why are they stopped?
Rhodey's like, what are they firing at? I didn't understand why all the cannons immediately faced like one person.
Mm. Also, that ship should have just gotten out of the time vortex thing and then flown into the outer atmosphere instead of staying right above the mansion.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why would Thanos' ship do that?
In defense of Captain Marvel, which is a sentence I never expected to say.
Which is why I'm letting you talk.
Um,
Go quickly before you change your mind.
I didn't like her movie just because it was a bad movie, not because of her character. I like Captain Marvel as a character. I don't like the how she's being portrayed in the MCU as Captain Marvel.
You think I should take your birthday present back to the...
If it's
to the
Captain
store?
Marvel related, put it in the bin.
It's actually a feature-length film of Captain Marvel, and it's just pulling it to pieces.
No. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
no.
I hated Captain Marvel the movie, but I actually really did like her involvement in this movie. I had no problem with her only being in the start. I understood that some planets don't have the Avengers, so they need Captain Marvel. Totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm aware that her powers are OP, and so her flying through Thanos' ship and destroying it, I was like, yeah, cool, go Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I'm
you
okay
get
with
him.
that.
And I was fine with everything after that, because what I didn't want was for her to come back and save the day. And that didn't happen. She got her ass beat by Thanos.
Thanos just, like, she gets the gauntlet in her hands and tries to pry it out of his hand. And then Thanos just headbutts her and doesn't work. So he just gets her hand and throws her away.
Yeah, he just
I thought that was fantastic.
I thought it was awesome. And she has a really big involvement where he's almost about to snap his fingers, and she grabs his hand, and I was like, yeah, cool, get him. And then
he pulls the Power Stone out. Which, coincidentally, we were talking about the fact that the power set of the stones has changed. You can just wield them now. Like,
do whatever you want.
Clint just has the Soul Stone, and like people just hold them now.
Well,
where it's different, but I think it's just the Power Stone.
Yeah, I think it's just because
that's the unstable, powerful one.
Yeah.
Because
Like
Jane has the Reality Stone inside her, and she's not.
No,
dying.
that's the ether.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's the power.
Sorry,
that's,
yeah, but
that's
before
the
it was
Reality Stone.
Yeah, I know, but like before it was a stone, right? It was like
Yeah, but it's not killing her because of the power. It's killing her because of what it is.
And he's also Thanos, so he's quite powerful. So I'm sure he could just grab it in his hand.
He's already a what are they eternal.
My point was that I was okay with Captain Marvel's involvement. I think that they handled her. What they shouldn't have done, what I'm glad they didn't do, is just go, oh, we'll just make her weak. Because that would have been an insult to the comics when she's very powerful. I really appreciated that they at least acknowledged how powerful she is without making her the main hero. Because
I only wanted an explanation of where she was and why she wasn't around for the whole movie, except
maybe they'll do like a Captain Marvel 2, and that'll be.
Oh, they are. But
but maybe that'll be part of that. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Spider-Man: Far From Home is the last movie in Phase 3.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll mention it. Maybe something.
That's weird for me because apparently, as leaked information has, I think it's leaked information. It could be legit, but it's Endgame, and then minutes later is Far From Home, which ties into where Peter is at the end of Endgame.
Like he leaves the funeral,
and then goes to school, and then they go from school to Europe.
I don't know,
but that's weird because Endgame is the last one. It should wrap it up, but it doesn't.
It might just be a bit of like an epilogue. Like a hey, this is the final narrative we're telling in this phase, and it will wrap up a lot of the questions that we have.
We also do see Nick Fury at the funeral, Tony's funeral.
Yes,
at the lake, and then
I think he'll be in phase 4.
But he's in Far From Home. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the end of phase 3. I think he'll be. I think Nick Fury's a constant. He's been in every phase.
Yeah. Well,
I think the only people that really are leaving are like the original Avengers, except maybe Thor. I reckon he'll be in Guardians 3. I think the other ones might make cameos.
That as well. Yeah.
I think the other ones might make cameos, which will be cool.
I don't think Guardians 3 will focus on Thor. I think he'll be there for a bit. Or pop in and out. And just be like a go-to guy for like when Peter's busy or when they want to have a comic rivalry or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so let's talk about what else you didn't like from it. Is there anything else you didn't like?
I think that's basically all.
The only other thing I didn't like, and I already mentioned this to you earlier, was that I wanted Hulk to Hulk out more.
Do a World Breaker or a Planet Hulk.
Everyone,
power level.
That would have been amazing. Like every main Avenger had their moment where you're like, yeah, you go, legend. Like, but Thor and Hulk didn't really have that moment. Hulk kind of. I get the Professor Hulk thing. I thought it was awesome, and I'm not saying it was wrong at all. I just really wanted him to be a bit more hulky.
Yeah, he got sad instead of angry when Natasha died.
I was hoping that he would get angry.
Yeah, well, I think we're all kind of hoping. He did have like a pretty decent level of power when he was holding the Avengers Mansion up from crushing.
Yeah, I mean, he's still Hulk. He's
Scott.
still incredibly strong.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see, I think, a really interesting dynamic and a bit of like a character arc with him would have been, he's figured out how to get the best of both worlds. But when disaster happens, how does he hold on to that? Like, I would have loved to see him getting really angry and sort of reverting a bit back to the old Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about his arc, which is pretty brief yet, really. I mean, he's got his own solo movie, but it's not Mark.
It's not him, yeah.
In that one, he's not got control of either, and he's trying to cure himself of the Hulk.
Yeah.
I think the next time we see him is in Avengers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he doesn't... He's learned how to control the Hulk, but he doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So
he can control when to bring it on, but that's it. After that, he's done.
Yeah, and then in the next one we see him is in...
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, yeah.
And he's a little bit more...
Yeah, but he loses control because of Scarlet Witch.
No, I was going to say a little bit more intelligent. Like, he can speak a little bit more. He's more like...
Yeah.
And they've developed that whole, like, sun's going down thing to calm him down.
Interestingly, in the time travel, when they go back to New York in Endgame, he talks. He's like, no, elevator, I don't want to take the stairs.
Well, he talks...
So that's more than he talks in the original Avengers.
Yeah, all he says is puny god in that one.
Yeah.
So
maybe he is just as intelligent as he was all the way through.
And then he comes back in Ragnarok.
Well, yeah.
And then
he's let the Hulk take charge.
Over, yeah. And
he's
the
that
Hulk
was,
for
that,
2
I
years.
think that was semi-survivalist, but also kind of just given up. Like he's sick of trying, so he's just let the Hulk take.
And then in Infinity War, it's the opposite. Hulk doesn't want to come out, and because he gets his butt handed to him by Thanos, and he just gets freaked out, I think, and doesn't want to come out because he's used to just smashing everything literally smashing everything that he sees, and he's just. Anyway, we don't want to talk too long about Hulk, but I just really liked. I did really like Professor Hulk, but I would have liked to see a little bit more hulking. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all. Everything.
Yeah, I would have. I don't think it's a big deal. I think that we still have the option for later on. Like, I think there's always going to be future Hulks. He's not doing anything. I mean, apart from having his arm all scarred, I don't think he's gone anywhere.
That'll heal.
Be interesting to see whether he turns back to Bruce ever again.
Why would he?
I don't know.
What was your favourite moment in the movie?
Okay. Let me see if I can remember.
Jacob took a notepad and took notes. I put like 3 or 4 notes on my phone, but he was like writing the whole movie.
It was hard because I had to write in the dark. He
was like turning it so the screen would lit it.
Yeah, or I just wrote it blindly, literally without looking. I'm looking back at some of my notes going, there's half a word there and half a word here. I don't know. When Ant-Man bursts out of the Avengers Mansion wreckage at the end with Hulk and Rhodey in his hand, that was one of my favorites. I don't know. Like, there's heaps.
My favorite moment, by far, was when he said "Avengers Assemble," and what I loved about that was that it wasn't just the Avengers there. Like, yeah, all the Avengers were there, but there was also like thousands of like Wakandans, Asgardians, like just people from everywhere, and it was kind of like we're all the Avengers. It was kind of like, this is our planet.
He's
trying to destroy it. Let's get him.
I think that's a tribute to the Avengers as a concept because it's not just one small group of people.
One of my favorite shots was when Cap did he tightened his shield and he stood up and went to face Thanos, and it's just this shot of Thanos with the big ships, the massive monkey things, his whole army, and then Cap's just standing there.
There was some cool things. Like
so
So
cool.
there was the Chitauri, the Outriders, the tanks, which were, I think they were Chitauri tanks.
I don't know what they were, but they looked cool.
There was the Black Order.
Yeah.
So Thanos' children. Thanos. The Leviathans, which are the space whales.
Yeah.
Which I thought they were called World Eaters, but maybe I'm misinformed.
Okay.
But they seem to be part of Thanos' crew somehow. And then there was these big beasts.
Yeah, I've never seen them
before.
Never seen them before in my life. Didn't have a problem at all though. I wasn't like, oh my goodness. I was like, okay, cool. I accept that.
I want to know.
At this point, I don't accept anything.
Where did they all go when Thanos was on his farm?
Yeah, and I think I tried.
I was like,
I think I think probably the ones that were left in Wakanda, and pretty much they're all in Wakanda.
Well, there's only Outriders in Wakanda. It wasn't any Chitauri or...
Yeah. Well, he
sort of
didn't have any
tanks.
Chitauri in
There's no
Infinity
tanks.
War.
Yeah, that's right.
So I imagine that they were just stationed... Well, you know what I just realised? It's a Thanos from 2014 too. So it's probably all his armies from 2014, right?
But that's the same Thanos that attacked New York.
Yes, but remember when what he was doing in 2014? He was going planet to planet, killing half the population with all his armies. So he would have just brought his armies with him, right? After he failed in New York, that wasn't his entire army.
Okay, so maybe he didn't go to all the planets he was going to collect all the stones and use some of those forces up. Because he would have had...
I don't know.
Instead of using those 5 years between the... Oh, how long? Between Avengers 1 and Endgame, there was... How much time? 2012 to, 4 or 5 years, right?
Are you talking about
like 4 years?
The first Avengers to Endgame? Endgame was
so
set
between
5
the
years
Chitauri
after
attack.
In 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chitauri attack.
The snap happened in 2018, so it's 6 years plus another 5. That's 11 years. The snap happened in 2018.
Yeah.
The event. That's 6 years. Sorry. Yeah, plus 5. That's 11 years. But
I'm talking about...
Endgame is set in... I mean, apart from being...
I'm talking about Thanos at the end of Endgame, which is the 2014 Thanos.
Yeah.
Who time travels forwards.
Uh-huh. What about him?
He's the Thanos that hasn't used all of his forces up trying to gather the Infinity Stones.
Yes. He's only got...
Which means he hasn't used all those extra creatures.
Yeah, so that's why he has so many, right?
Yeah. Which I was trying to figure out where he got them all from.
Yeah, well, that was probably it. It's also a very small detail. That probably doesn't...
Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter.
No, it's interesting to think about.
So,
there's lots of interesting things to think about. I wanted to bring up one thing before you do that, which is just a really quick throwaway thing. I was thinking it in the movie. You know how the Benatar, the Guardian ship, is just floating in space, and that's, he's stranded on it. Isn't the point of space is that, like, you never run out of momentum? So he ran out of fuel, but wouldn't you just point it at Earth and just...
And just drift for thousands of years before you get there?
Well... Oh, because there's no fuel for the light speed thing. That was probably the issue. Yeah, true. Good point.
They haven't explained fuel to us. So I don't know how
they did it
do that.
For the first time ever in Star Wars, which was interesting.
Even that was a different fuel to what they'd been using. And they like to do it in the cartoons.
We can't start talking about Star Wars if we're here all night. So
there's a couple of different kinds of fuel in Star Wars.
That was just what I wanted to say about that.
Hyperdrives don't use fuel so much as the rest of the ship does.
I had a couple of thoughts, just small ones. I said this to you in the theatre when the director showed up as a gay guy. I just thought that...
Joe.
Yeah. I thought that it should be discouraged so that you can repopulate the Earth, but that's cool. You do whatever you want.
Alright, so I think you wanted to bring up something important.
I did. So...
Something that seems like a bit of a... maybe a Deus Ex Machina, but not really a powerful one, because... It's a small rodent.
Here's what I want to talk about. The new leader of the Avengers.
The new leader of the Avengers.
The rat that saved the universe.
The cosmic rat?
And you can't...
Or just a regular rat?
It's
just a regular...
Well, who knows? It's a normal rat, I think. And you can't change your mind that it saved the universe. Try and do it. Pro tip, you can't.
Pro tip, hey?
Yep.
Well, here's my best attempt.
Okay.
My best attempt is that the rat saved the universe by it... not doing it.
Okay.
The rat didn't do anything. It was just in the right place at the wrong time. Okay. So my head canon just makes up the idea that it was just a fail-safe timer, or pulled Scott out after him being there for 5 hours, which actually ended up being 5 years.
But the timer exists in our time.
Unless it was his time, like the timer was on his body.
I don't know. It's controlled from but that was the whole point, is that it was controlled from outside, because that's why I got stuck.
Yeah.
And so a failsafe that
it would have been a really long 5 hours.
A failsafe that pulls you back out after 5 years is not a very good failsafe, in my humble opinion.
My only other explanation for it is that it was some kind of power surge within the quantum realm that just traveled through his technology and triggered it, or because I mean I watched it again and I watched it clearly, and the rat looks like it triggers some kind of switch or flicks something or presses a button, but
The rat saved the universe.
I just can't believe that.
Well, I can, and I'm happy to believe it.
So you're talking so the rat saved the universe because the rat saved Scott, and then Scott saved the Avengers.
If Scott hadn't come back,
They wouldn't have figured it out.
they wouldn't have figured it out.
They would have killed Thanos still.
Robert Downey Jr. said that they'd already thought of time travel, and they ruled it out.
You mean Iron Man did?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, they're basically the same person at this point.
Yeah.
Tony Stark really said, think we haven't already thought of that? But it's because Scott came back and, helped to convince them that they...
Yep.
The rat saved the universe.
You're right.
Right for
You're
president.
right, and I don't like it. You're
All
right,
right,
and I don't
so-
like that the rat did the thing.
We're going to move on in a second, but first I want to hear if you have any... Yeah,
Yeah?
if you have any... That's what I want to say. Before we move on, if there's anything else you wanted to talk about that you found interesting.
So I closed my book because I don't want to talk about what I wrote down because there's heaps of stuff in there,
Right.
and most of it's just trivia for me, and I don't think that most of it's... You probably already know most of it by now because if you've seen the movie. Some little bits here and there, but I was like, I just don't want to hear us talk about that.
Okay.
What are the fates of each of our people? I want to know about the endings and who died and what theories you had beforehand that ended up either being confirmed or denied.
Well, can you verify for this for me?
Uh-huh.
I successfully predicted that Tony Stark and Natasha would die in the foyer before the movie.
Yeah.
I did say that Natasha would die a different way. I thought Thanos might kill her and that would bring out a very angry version of Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was a little bit different from that, but I did predict that she would die. I think everyone knew that either Captain America or Iron Man was probably going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, they both did.
So we all thought that somebody would die, either Captain America or Iron Man.
Yes. And I predicted that it would be Tony Stark. I don't think that doesn't make me that special. I think a lot of people predicted that. I was, however, proud that I predicted that both Tony Stark and Natasha died, and I was right about that. So I thought that was cool.
I definitely saw Tony retiring or dying. I didn't specifically predict that. That was like in the back of my head.
Yeah.
I did predict Natasha dying. I thought it was a pretty high possibility that Captain America would die. What about our other favorite Avengers?
What happens to them now?
Yeah, like what other fates do they have now? We've got Hulk, we've got Clint, we've got a
Hulk
bunch of them, right?
is just on Earth with a burned arm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he'll do.
We've got what direction are we going to go from here? Like the Avengers are what from now on?
I think the Avengers as we know it are no more. I think that's probably going to go. I think we both agree on this. That it's probably going to be the Young Avengers.
Yes, which was one of my theories from early on, way before.
Yeah, very early.
Before it came out in cinemas.
Very early. I can vouch for that. I kind of just thought of that as I was watching. I was like, yeah, that look because
there's lots of kids now.
There's a lot of young people. You got
Iron Man, 3-boy.
Yeah, Harley, whatever his name is.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
Harley. You got Peter Parker, who's obviously like 17 or 16 or whatever. Yeah. You've got Cassie Lang.
Mm-hmm.
Not Iron Man. Ant-Man's daughter. You've got
who ends up being Giant Girl or anyway.
Yeah. You've got Black Girl, daughter of Carol Danvers' friend.
Nice.
Who becomes Captain Marvel.
No, it's just
Black Girl. Well, I don't know what she's a black girl. I don't know what her name is. So she becomes Captain Marvel in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Is there any other young people that I missed? I don't think so.
Tony's daughter.
Yeah, Morgan. Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one. I think.
Who Morgan is in the comics is Tony's uncle, an eccentric rivalry billionaire.
I thought it was his
bad
cousin.
Guy.
Doesn't matter. Related to, he's like a jerk. He's not a very nice.
Yeah, guy. But he is his cousin. But in Endgame, he says that Pepper has an
eccentric uncle called Morgan. Yeah. I think that the main Avengers are gone. I think that they may play cameos. I've said to you, I think that Iron Man could become an AI, much like the Jarvis thing. We learned that Jarvis was a real person and got made into an AI by Howard Stark. I think.
Well, that's from the Agent Carter show, which is still a canon show. I think S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not a canon show anymore.
regardless, it happened in the comics. Iron Man made himself a hologram.
Hmm.
I don't think they'll do that, but they might do him as an AI inside the helmet.
They
of
do
the
him like a Iron Man suit, but with holographic.
It was an Iron Man suit
pieces
that
on
had a
it. It was
holographic
weird.
head and hands, like,
Yeah.
which is just silly, and I don't think they'll do that. I think that they might use him as a voice for
I
an
think
AI.
that'd be silly not to have Tony Stark not show up in some way.
I think that at the end of Endgame, Disney breathed a sigh of relief to not have to pay him like $70 million every movie. It's like, phew, we got so much more spare
now
cash.
They do $100 million every 10 movies.
Captain America, there's no Captain America anymore.
Well, there's a Captain Falcon.
That the way that we know it, the way that we know Captain America, there might be. Well, there is. There's
Do you
going
think,
to be
like
Captain
the TV
Falcon.
show, the Falcon and Bucky TV show, do you think that they're going to share that role? Or do you think it's going to be Captain Falcon with Bucky sidekicking? Or do you think it's going to be like their adventures between stuff? Or
I think it'll be Captain Falcon with Bucky, not sidekicking, being an equal part of the team.
Yeah, okay.
I think they'll both be. I think it would be insulting to Bucky to make him a sidekick. I know he's a sidekick in the comics, but and in Winter Soldier, not
Well,
Winter
they're
Soldier.
both sidekicks, really.
Exactly, it's the story of two sidekicks. But I think that they've both become loved enough that they can be their own heroes.
Side question.
Yes.
What do you think that show's going to be about? Because I don't really know. But what other characters do you think could enter the universe through them?
That's
interesting.
That's what I was thinking about. I don't know whether there's going to be cameos from already people that we know or totally new characters.
If it's a TV show, they've no doubt scaled it back a bit.
I know that you were interested in one certain Submariner.
Yes, seeing as there was an earthquake off the Pacific, I think.
The coast of Wakanda, I assume.
Yeah.
There's
no coast of Wakanda.
Coast of Africa, then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's the Pacific Ocean off the
I found that weird because
eastern side of Africa.
I found that weird because every other line served a purpose. That line didn't really. The only thing possibly it could have been illustrating Nat's need for control of everything and trying to be relevant still, but I don't know. It could be Namor.
Yeah. So,
but he's a Fantastic Four villain.
He's not a villain. He's a.
Sometimes he's a villain.
I think he starts off as a villain, but he usually just he does his own thing.
I don't know.
He's more of an anti-hero.
I think that from here it'll either be New Avengers, Young Avengers, Secret Avengers, maybe.
I think Secret Avengers is going to be always a back.
Maybe there'll be
like
no
an
Avengers.
Underlying play.
Maybe there won't be any Avengers. It'll just be something else.
I don't think there's going to be an Avengers. I know that they've moved the X-Men down the line.
Here's what I want.
Quite a bit.
Deadpool.
We all want that.
That's all I want.
We all want that.
I just want to see Deadpool in the MCU.
Mm.
All right. Well.
I wanted to talk about
the
Infinity Gauntlets.
Okay.
There is 3 Infinity Gauntlets in this movie.
Kind of. So there's the one that Thanos is wearing at the start.
Yeah.
The ruined one.
Yeah.
There's the one they make.
The Iron Man gauntlet.
Yep. There's the one that Thanos has already.
Yep.
And then there's it's like not really a gauntlet, but he just puts them onto his suit. Like.
Yeah. So that's my 4 that I was thinking.
Yeah.
What do you think about Iron Man and using his
Totally
suit?
called it. I want to say totally called it. I said
So
to you.
is that a God Killer armor? Because
No.
that's
The God Killer armor has it on
different, right?
Like
Yeah.
the stones is a soul stone here, and then he has them on his hands and feet, and he does this whole thing where he's like, and it comes in like a beam. So like, I don't think it was the God Killer armor.
Also, it's massive.
Yeah. Well, I just think that it was just a reference to it. I predicted the entire suit, so the God Killer armor, but I think I just got half of my prediction where he did
He
wield
also
them.
needs the God Killer armor to kill like Eternals and Celestials and stuff. Which
He's
is
just some dude from Earth,
kind of
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm smart. I can help.
I don't know. I think it was very cool. I did not expect. So I expected.
So I didn't think it was going to be in the movie at all. I didn't think that Iron Man could build something that was capable of holding the 6 stones power.
I did, and I called it. But what
You
I
did.
didn't call was him actually snapping again at the end.
Yes.
Didn't call that. I thought that he would make it, and then that someone would snap. I didn't think he would steal the stones from Thanos and snap himself.
It's a pretty cool moment when Thanos snaps again, and you're like, oh,
and he's
freak.
like, oh. Because I was like, oh
And
no,
they're just gone.
And then I was like, oh my goodness, that. And then I was like, oh no,
Where'd they
Tony
go?
Stark, he's gonna die.
Oh.
And then as soon as I saw them going onto his hand, and he was just like a bat, I was like, oh, he's gonna die.
I love the graphic
He's
of
gonna
how
die.
they just eat away at everything they touch.
Yeah, it's slow. Like the nanoparticles are like getting
but they
eaten
even
away.
did that to Hulk. They just eat away his muscles.
Yeah. Oh, so cool. But it was very sad.
All right. Yeah. So that's the other major prediction that I think that didn't happen the way that I thought it would.
No.
I did predict them using another gauntlet, but I thought that it would happen a different way.
I think if I had to overall describe my experience of this movie, I would say that I loved it.
Pleasantly surprised.
I loved every second, and I was amazed at how I never really knew what was going to happen next.
Okay. What about your thoughts on no end credit scene?
I think it's perfect.
It caps
It's
off.
called Endgame. That's it. We're done. Yeah, the Spider-Man's coming, but
We're done, except for that little bit.
there's the
with
next
Spider-Man.
phase now, and it just kind of, I liked at the end where they had the banging of the mallet, which I wasn't sure whether it was that at first. but
100% said that as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh, it's Iron Man.
I was like, oh, I don't
Okay.
know, it might not be, but it was. And
Yeah.
I just love how there was just like, it's come full circle. We're
Yeah.
done. Thank you for being part of it. I was
So
like, you know what?
phase 4 is Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. All right. Well, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, I think we should move on.
We should move on.
Should I do my segment and then you do your segment?
Yes. So you have a surprise for me.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
something
do.
we're going to do.
So we're going to try some new things.
Okay.
And today's surprise is I'm going to play 20 questions with you.
Okay. Okay, yep. We're both big fans of the game 20 Questions.
Okay, so 20 questions, but not limited to 20 and not limited to questions.
So it's just
No.
words.
So we've had fun experiences with this game already.
Yes.
Where one of us picks a character.
Uh-huh.
Well, we like the character ones because they're more fun.
Yeah. Except when you pick a leprechaun. A leprechaun is not a character. It's okay.
Hashtag is leprechaun a character.
No, it's like saying Bigfoot is a character because he's appeared in a movie as a character. You don't
Okay.
think of Bigfoot.
Debate this in the comments.
Tell us whether you think leprechaun is a
Question of the
character.
day:
It's not.
is leprechaun as a entity?
No.
I called
It's a
it
thing. It's a
known
being.
as a character. Okay.
Just what are you doing today?
All right, we're gonna play 20 questions. I'm gonna guess a character from anything.
I'm doing it and you're
but a
guessing.
fictional
It.
character.
You're gonna
no,
think
you're
of one?
guessing.
I'm guessing. Yeah. Well, you said you were guessing.
And so I can only say yes or no.
Okay.
You can only ask me yes or no questions,
Okay.
and we have to get to.
We should get like a counter that goes ding
Yeah.
ding for like the questions.
Uh-huh.
See if we can do that.
I'm going to think of a character. I'm going to take a couple seconds, and
You haven't already thought of a character.
well, there's lots of characters to choose
Okay.
from.
All right. Think of a character.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You got one.
Okay, I have one.
Okay. Is it a Marvel character?
No.
Okay. Is it a male?
Yes.
Is it a human?
Yes.
Is he is he famous for being in a movie?
I'd say so.
Okay. Is he famous for being in a TV show?
No.
Okay, so like I would know him from a movie.
Yeah.
When I think of the character, do I immediately think of the movie that he's in?
Yes.
Okay. Did he originate in that movie? Or was he based on like a video game or a book or something?
Okay, the one I'm thinking of was based in a movie.
Okay. Is it a superhero movie?
No.
Is it DC? Oh, DC is superheroes. Is it a superhero movie?
Also
Okay.
no.
Okay. So does he is he just a normal dude? Like is he just a normal guy?
No.
Okay. So does he have like powers?
I'd say you would call them powers, yeah.
Okay. So like
Well, that's not a yes or no. For me.
we've
Yes.
already surpassed the yes or no thing. Okay. So can he read people's minds?
No.
Okay. I know you said you would count them as powers, but like, would I be like that's a superhero power?
Yes.
You would. Okay. Is it just a standard one?
No.
Okay, so it's like totally out of this world.
Yep.
So it's not just like he can fly or he can
No.
shoot ice out of his face or whatever. Okay. Superman can shoot ice out of his
Face
face. Face ice man. This is actually really similar to my segment, which we're going to do next. I'm very excited. Anyway,
Okay.
not this, but what we just talked about. Anyway.
Face Ice.
Yeah, Face Ice Man.
Face
It's
Ice
just
Man.
alright. Okay, so he's a human. He's a human being, but he has like a
Footnote,
powers.
if we get through this one really quickly, I'm going to do another one.
Okay. Footnote, I don't want to do another one. So he has superpowers, like what we would, like a person would describe them as superpowers. And he's not in a superhero movie.
No.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. So he's not a superhero.
No.
So does he use his powers in the movie?
Yeah.
Is he the only one in the movie who has these powers? No. Okay, so everyone has these powers. No. Is there more people like him?
There are.
Is the movie based around a group of people who have those powers?
No.
Is he the main character in the movie?
No.
Okay. Okay, is it just a standalone movie?
No.
Is there a trilogy?
No.
Is there more than 3 movies?
Yes.
Is there more than 5 movies?
Yes.
Is there 8 movies with a 9th on the way?
There are, but he's not in all of these.
Okay. Is it from Star Wars?
There is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Alright, cool. So we're getting somewhere now. So is he a Jedi?
He is a Jedi.
Is he a Skywalker?
No.
Does he have long flowing hair?
No.
Does he say such things as hello there?
He does.
Okay. Does he have a beautiful beard?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. I'm trying to think of other questions.
I think you can keep narrowing it down.
Is it Obi-Wan Kenobi?
It is.
Winner. I did that in like 5 minutes. That was amazing. All right,
Yeah,
you can do
that's
another
what I
one.
said.
You can do another one, but be quick.
You said you didn't want to do another one.
Well, we can if you want. If you really want to.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna do another one. All right.
No, you do. You do yours.
Here's what I want to do.
All right.
So I was looking through the internet the other day.
Just looking through the
Just
internet.
looking through. Just hanging out.
I'm just gonna look through the internet.
Just
all
doing
right?
what kids do and hanging out on the
Just
internet.
being an internet
And I came across.
surfer.
Oh,
Look at this cool thing I found on the internet. It's pretty cool.
He's looking at a blank page. I came across this interesting article, which was entitled "Top 10 Most Useless Superheroes."
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going
So
to
not Obi-Wan Kenobi then.
No, he's an amazing superhero.
He's not a superhero.
He's definitely a superhero. Can you imagine if they had Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Avengers?
Space Jesus is not a superhero.
I am going to tell you the name of the superhero.
Uh-huh.
Who is a real? They're all real.
Okay.
They're all
Yeah.
actually
Do I
from
have to
DC
guess
or
their
Marvel.
powers?
And you have to guess their powers.
Okay.
Once you've guessed all of them, we're going to rank them from worst to best.
Okay.
So and then we
I'm
will
gonna write
find
them
out who the worst ever superhero is
to the
okay.
worst ever superheroes.
in terms of their useless powers.
Okay.
Useless, not worst, because we all know the worst one is Captain Marvel. I'm talking about in worst powers. All right.
Okay.
So here's the first
Captain
one, and
Marvel
don't
and a team of Captain Marvels.
what? Yes. Don't look at my screen because you can see the answer.
Not Shazam, the other Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Go.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
So the first one is
I can't read the screen from here, and even if I look.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just.
You need glasses.
It's just white.
the
and
first. The first one is Hindsight Lad.
black. Hindsight Lad.
Yep.
Is okay. How do I guess this? Do I ask you questions about him?
No, you just have to. You can ask me a couple of questions, but it's not like 20 questions. You just have to guess what you. Just tell me what you think his powers are, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Hindsight Man.
Hindsight Lad.
All right. So what am
It's
I?
Hindsight
aiming-
Lad. He's a lad.
Okay. So my stop showing me that.
What? Oh, sorry.
I can see that. So do I just like ask you a bunch of questions, or
No,
do I have
just-
to ask one thing?
You don't ask anything. You just tell me what you think his powers are, and I will tell you whether you're right or wrong.
I think his powers are to be able to travel, or to be able to perceive the near future.
Why would he be called Hindsight Lad? Do you know what hindsight is?
To be able, to look back on something. And
Yeah,
go,
okay,
I know
yeah.
how this works.
Right.
So he can travel to the near future.
Here's the thing: is that traveling to the future would be handy, but these are useless superpowers. And Hindsight Lad.
Well, that's just how I think his name describes.
Yeah, no,
what
that's
he
fair
does.
enough.
But
Well,
I don't think
that is close, but it's incorrect.
Uh-huh.
Hindsight Lad knows how events could have played out differently. So he
Okay.
just goes, that could have been better if we had done that.
So
And that's his power.
he's me.
He's just a dude.
He's just me.
He's literally
Hey,
just
we can
anyone.
do that better. I don't know how, but you know the thing.
No,
that
but he
won't
knows
really-
how. He can tell you how you
So,
could have done it.
okay.
So basically,
So
his power
here's
is
a
that
list of things you could do better.
no, not even a list. He just looks back and goes, "This." He has the power to discern what the perfect option would have done after you didn't do it. And you can't. That's it. He can't travel back in time.
I screwed up my life a lot.
So
yeah, you could have done that better.
His power might be handy if you paired it with a time traveling power, right?
Yeah, okay.
But
so
by himself, he's useless.
Do you know if he's paired with anybody?
He is affiliated with the New Warriors. This is a picture of Hindsight Lad. I don't know,
mate.
I didn't Google it. Look, let me Google it.
I'm sure that site would have
the New Warriors. It's just a
Marvel.
It's
That's
Marvel. It's Marvel.
It's a Marvel.
So
it's a Marvel.
It's a Marvel. This is a picture of Hindsight Lad.
Yes.
I'm sure
he has a H on
in
his
post.
head.
We can probably put up a picture of him. He looks weird.
Why does he have a W on that picture?
I don't know. Oh, because the New Warriors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright, so that's Hindsight Lad. So he can just tell you how things should have gone. Basically, he's a woman. He just tells you what you should have done. Alright, so this is the next one. This chick's name is Dazzler.
Dazzler. Oh, I know Dazzler.
Okay, she's
like a rainbow thing, right? She has rainbows. She's a rainbow lady.
Kind of. So Dazzler,
she goes along with
she's an X-Man.
She goes along with Jessica Jones and those.
Well, why don't you tell me what you think her powers are? Don't look.
But I know her.
Okay, well, tell me what her powers are.
She makes bright lights. She makes disco things.
She makes
disco.
But here's her actual power: is that she converts music into light.
Oh, that's right. I know that.
At all times, she has to be playing a sick disco beat, so that she can.
She just carries a boombox with her all the time,
and it just converts into light.
Not very strong light.
She is
just like pew pew.
This
pew,
is her.
Pew. Yeah. See, discos.
We have to blur that.
Disco balls.
She is part of the.
You don't have to blur that.
She's part of the X-Men.
That's part of her suit. You can't tell, but that's just skin-colored suit.
It's just skin-colored suit. Yeah, sure. So that's Dazzler.
Yeah, that's
she's terrible.
She's an X-Man. Yeah.
All right, here's the next one.
She's
not
a useful X-Man.
This one is. This one's girl. Her name is Rainbow Girl.
So not Dazzler.
No, it's different to Dazzler.
And is it okay? So I started watching the Runaways, the Marvel TV show Runaways.
Yes.
Is this Rainbow Girl from?
I don't know. What does Rainbow Girl and Runaways do?
She makes her hands into rainbows.
So she's basically like a gay pride.
No, she's an alien.
No, Rainbow Girl.
Okay, wait.
Guess what her powers are?
Is it to make rainbows?
No.
Just appear.
So Rainbow Girl
does she follow rainbows?
No, nothing to do with. It's literally got nothing to do with rainbows. She wields the power.
Is she just a gay pride advocate?
Yes.
Oh.
No. She wields the power of the emotional spectrum, leading to unpredictable mood swings.
So she's just a woman.
Pretty much, but she does it to other people. So, like,
is she Captain Marvel?
if I was Rainbow Girl, I would just be like, "You're angry now," and then you'd be angry.
Okay.
Like, she just makes people feel emotions.
Oh, so she's
like a mood ring, but the opposite.
What's the Guardian of the Galaxy? Mantis.
Mantis. But Mantis makes people sleepy. And she discerns. No, but she discerns what you're feeling. Whereas this chick makes you feel.
Making people sleepy was a Mantis power.
This may not surprise you.
I thought that was just her.
This may not surprise you, but her affiliation is with the Legion of Substitute Heroes, who I guess are just heroes.
The Legion of Substitute Heroes.
Yeah, I don't know what that
is. Do they like tap out? Regular superheroes get tired, they tap out.
Like the Avengers are fighting someone, they're like, "Nah, I need a break." Look, I'll Google it. Legion of Substitute.
The Legion makes it seem like they're bad guys because Legions.
They are a group of fictional characters in the future of the DC Comics universe. So there's a Legion of superheroes.
Yeah,
in the DC
like the
universe.
Legion of Evil.
But then there's a Legion, and their comic art has the Legion of superheroes, but it's been crossed out and it says substitute heroes because they're all terrible.
They know themselves that they're not good enough.
Yes.
And they're like, let's all be not good enough together.
Yes.
Go.
All right. Next. Okay. Here's the next one.
This game.
Yes, it's fun. Where is my note? Here it is. Okay. So the next one is called Color Kid. A lot of them are color themed.
All right.
Guess what he does.
He's from the hood. He's just.
Oh, so you went straight to black.
Well,
like he's the colored kid. It's not the colored kid. Okay. Color Kid. This is what Color Kid does.
Okay, let me have another guess. Okay, the Color Kid can change the color of anything he touches.
That's what his power is.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
How terrible is that? That's all he does.
Because the first guess was a stupid guess, and the second one was me actually.
His affiliation is with the Legion of Superheroes. So if they're the real
useless. I can make this red Ferrari Orange!
He's one of the real heroes. I don't understand.
There must be a good...
I don't get it.
An actual use... What is an actual use for that?
I have no idea. Like, if Thanos was looking for certain Infinity Stones, and he changed the color of them...
He just gave him an amethyst, a regular amethyst, and made it a glowing
But then,
blue
you could
stone.
just do that, and then he would think it's the Power Stone. But I mean, he actually gets... Like, the Power Stone and turns it yellow, and then he thinks it's the Soul Stone, tries to use it, it doesn't work.
Wouldn't the Soul Stone... They're semi-sentient stones,
I
anyway.
don't know. Anyway, he's
They have a lot... They have
All right, here's the
they
next
have
one.
a brain.
Here's the next one. Madame Fatal.
Madame Fatal.
Yep.
So her... Okay, straight off the bat, guess. Her power is just to die. She just dies. I
No.
assume...
That's
what?
not it. That would be cool, I guess.
Well,
No.
one-time use.
It's just a one-time thing.
Hey, look out, I'm gonna die.
Isn't that technically everyone's power? Like, I could just
No,
carry...
she just fakes it all the time, and she just runs up to baddies and she's like,
Oh, so her
I'm
power's...
dying! Ah, psych, I'm not dying.
So her power's not that she dies, it's that she fakes dying.
No, she does. No, that's not her using her power. Her power is just her dying.
Right. Well,
But
no.
Every time before that, when she fakes it, she's just faking it. She's just double bluffing every single time.
No. Madame Fatal's power...
One time, she double bluffs it, and then she just dies because she accidentally activates her power.
Madame Fatal's power
Uh-huh.
is that she... It's a dude
It's a dude.
who puts
It's a
makeup
man.
and an old lady wig on and then just goes out and fights crime.
It's a man.
It's a man.
Can you show me the picture, please?
Yes. This is...
That's just an old lady.
It's Mrs. Doubtfire, basically.
That's just Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's just, if
Okay.
Mrs. Doubtfire was like, instead of looking after these
Uh-huh.
kids, I'm going to go and be part of the Avengers. I'm not going to do that instead. I'm going to go...
I'm just going to go and stand on the battlefield
Yep.
and
and
pretend to be a woman.
So we have a couple of images of
I'm
her.
going to pretend to be a woman, and
The
that's my superpower.
the first-
And you can't tell me any different.
The first
When
image
was this printed?
I don't know, but it looks old.
It does look.
The first image is her
That's
just
the
like...
vulture from Marvin the Martian, and his. I don't know.
It's just her talking to a vulture, and the second one is her
Yeah.
just nearly getting hit by a car. So I don't
Fantastic.
know.
Driver, look out! That old lady, you'll hit her. It's
I don't
not.
understand
It's not
what the
Madame
point of that
Fatal
is.
saying that. It's somebody else telling the car that you'll hit Madame Fatal.
Stupid. Alright,
She's a really good distraction.
so that's
You
Madame
just throw
Fatal.
her
Are you
on
writing
the
these down?
battlefield.
You literally
I
only
wrote
wrote
the
the
first
first one
one
down.
down. Don't
That's
worry.
fine, I got him here. So the next
Yeah,
one is...
okay.
His name is Cypher.
Cypher.
I'm going to get him up so we can
So,
look at it.
okay, alright. I'm going to go straight off the bat guess and say that he sucks. Does he suck?
He does suck very much. His power...
Okay, I'm going to have a real guess now.
Okay.
My real guess is that he can transfer something to somewhere else without having to physically, like Cypher fuel out. Or,
Are you thinking of Siphon?
yes, I am thinking of Cypher. That's what I'm thinking of.
No, his power
Alright,
is that he can translate any and all languages.
okay.
So
Not
basically,
quite as stupid as I was expecting.
his power is that
Doesn't really...
he's basically if you got Google Translate and you made it into a human being, and then they were like, "Hey, I'm a superhero now." He's
I mean,
affiliated. Get this.
It's useful.
He's affiliated with the New Mutants, which is like Deadpool and stuff. Like people who can actually help. He can't do that.
Okay. I mean, mutants, don't they have, like, that X gene which just gives them super strength and stuff anyway?
I don't think
Or
so.
is he just a person?
Like, Rogue-
He's just a person that can talk any language.
Rogue isn't like super strong, but she's an X-Man.
Yeah, but she gets thrown around and she still survives stuff.
Yeah, but that's because it's a movie.
But that's part of their X-Men
Anyway,
gene,
she's an
isn't it?
actual useful superhero.
She is.
He's not.
Cypher just talks. He's like, okay, stop.
Stop.
I'm just going to mediate, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, you go, bad guy, all right? And
They're
now
like-
you go.
He's speaking English. Let me be relevant.
I'm helping.
All right. Okay. So that's Cypher. Here's the
He
next
looks
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he does. He looks badass.
But he's just like,
But
hey,
he's-
Cypher, just wait in the car, bro. Just wait in the
just
car.
look, we don't want you to die. if we
Wait
need
till I
to,
tie them up, and then you can get out of the
if
car.
we need to order
and-
Chinese after this, we'll get. All right.
Hey, Cypher, can you order some shawarma? We're in South Africa though, so you'll have to speak Swahili.
Here's the next one. Here's the next one. His name is Thunderer.
Thunderer. So not like Thundercat, just Thunderer.
Nope, Thunderer.
Okay. Okay. I just want to go really obscure and say something like he's really good at bowling, but Thunderer says to me that he stomps really loud. So maybe he's really heavy. Is he really heavy?
No.
Okay.
He's a regular sized
I don't know.
dude, but
What? Do you know what he's from?
Yes, he's
Okay.
from...
All right, I want to look at the screen.
He's from...
Yep.
No, he has no affiliation.
No.
So
He's from nothing.
No one wants him. his
Thunder
power...
Yeah, I know he's here, but I don't know. I don't associate with
No, but
Thunder
you'll
Up.
hear him because his power is that he yells really loudly thanks to his costume's built-in microphone.
Does he do... Okay.
So this is him.
I have a microphone, guys.
All he does is just dress up, and then he has a gun because he doesn't have any other powers.
The two panels there are alternate colors. Like
Yeah, they're
one's
like
red and blue, and the other one's blue and then red.
So he just is some... Like, I could be Thunderer. I could just get a suit and get a little speaker.
Every day that you
and he
talk
just
with a microphone,
yells really loudly.
every time you talk on stage with a microphone, you're Thunderer. Except you don't have a cape or a hood.
I find that hilarious. I just love that he has a gun because he has no actual powers. He's like, I better just bring a gun just in case. So if he yells and they're like, dude, stop yelling, he just shoots him.
Is it like supersonic or is it just loud?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to... Let's look him up.
You have to listen to Wikipedia. Thunderer.
Thunderer. Doesn't
That's an orchestra. You have to type in
Is that Thunderer? No. I'm going to search Thunderer.
powers or something
Superhero.
like that.
Thunderer. He's a Marvel comic. Okay.
Marvel comics have stupid things too.
Thunderer. Powers. He's good at hand-to-hand combat.
Not great, just good.
Oh, okay. Due to the construction of his costume, Thunder is capable of deafening people or leveling buildings with his sonic scream.
So,
It's like, you can either deafen someone or you can level that building over there.
can't do both at the same time.
Okay, that's
just
pretty
one
cool.
or the other.
He's in a Spider-Man episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Thunder.
Oh, so he's actually okay. He's not as bad as I originally thought.
Well, that's that guy that what are they called? The guy who lives on the moon. He can't talk because every time he talks, he'll just
Desmond, the
destroy
Moon Bear.
everything.
All right. So that's Thunderer. Let's go the next one.
He's king.
I don't know what you're talking about. And we don't have time.
They
to
live
think
on the
about
moon.
All right. Here's the next one. We got 3 more. The next one.
Inhumans.
The next one.
King of the Inhumans.
The next one.
has
Hey,
a-
I don't
has
care.
a fork.
Here's the next
Tuning
one.
fork on his head.
You have a tuning fork on your head. The next one is called Gin Genie.
Gin genie.
Yep.
Like the drink.
Yes. Don't look at my screen while I get a
Okay.
picture of it.
Okay. Does he just make alcohol out of the thin air?
It's a woman, you sexist.
Do they just make alcohol out of thin air?
No. So she...
Is she an actual genie?
No. She looks like this. This is what she looks like.
So that looks like a robot.
She's with Ecstatics.
Which is an X-Men.
Yep, it's an X-Men
Thing?
affiliation. Her power is that she generates seismic waves equal to her blood alcohol content.
So she
basically,
needs to be really drunk.
basically, the more wasted she is, the more powerful she is. So if she just had a
Nice.
couple, like, she's not really that powerful. Whereas if she's like gone, like blotto, she can create these like really powerful waves.
Only blood alcohol, not high. She doesn't.
No,
have,
she can't smoke weed. Well, she can. Anyone can smoke weed, but she can't smoke weed and
She
be
can
powerful.
smoke weed and have alcohol.
And combine her powers. No, it's just alcohol.
That's a weird gene
It's a really
deviation
weird, yes.
to have.
It's a bit strange.
It's like, man, I just wish I could get wasted, and then
Still be
destroy
helpful.
people.
I want to know, wouldn't that be counterproductive being drunk and having that power? Like, wouldn't you
You wouldn't know what
miss
you're doing.
or like not forget where you are?
I
or-
guess so. I think that's the trade-off. You're like, how drunk do I get before I don't know what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Okay.
2 more.
Yep.
Here's the last one. Second last one. Stone Boy.
Stone Boy.
Yep.
Is that like Gin Genie, where you get stoned?
No.
Okay.
Stone Boy is hilarious.
Stone Boy is he the Thing's son?
No.
Okay. No idea that.
Here's his power. He turns himself into stone, but then he can't move. So basically,
Like,
yeah.
just-
Basically, he just turns himself into a statue. That's his
okay,
whole
so
power.
not like a rock, but
This
a
is what he
statue.
looks like. This is Stone Boy. So
Where did he go? Oh, he's right there.
He's
He
part
just
of the
looks
Legion of Superheroes as
He
well.
just looks like himself, but he's a stone now.
The Legion of Superheroes are basically...
Oh, I have a question. Can he turn himself back?
I don't know.
I'm stoned now.
Basically,
But not like forever.
he's part of the Legion of Superheroes, which are turning out to be not as good as the Legion of Substitutes.
Does Stone Boy, is he like Colossus where he is metal but moves? Or is he just a statue?
I have no idea. I think it says that he turns himself into stone, at which point he becomes immobile.
What does that next bit say? Eventually learns...
In his defense, he eventually learned how to move. Oh, okay, so after a while he learns how to move.
Well, after like 3 decades of being a stone man...
Yeah, he's just like...
He's like, I'm the Tin Man.
He's like, now I can...
Like the Tin Man.
Yeah, he's like...
Somebody
I
oil
need
me.
oil. Anyway, so that's Stone Boy.
Oil.
Alright.
Yep. One more.
Here's the last one.
Now we have to order them, right?
Now, this one's hard.
Okay.
This guy's name is Arm Fall Off
Stone Boy was hard
Hey,
because he
don't
was
interrupt me
stone.
every time I talk. His name is Arm Fall Off Boy.
Oh, I know this one. He literally tears his arm off and hits people with it, right?
Yes! That's his power.
Yeah, and he's a DC thing, right? And he's like with Polka Dot Guy and who can make portals and...
Well, that sounds handy. Arm Fall Off Boy.
He's armed to the teeth. Handiness.
He's good at hand-to-hand combat.
Handy.
I don't understand. Here's what I want to know.
That's the guy.
Why doesn't he just use a stick? Like, why does he have to rip his arm off?
You have to carry a stick with
I guess
you.
if he can't find a stick or like a bat, he just is like, well, better use my arm. And
is his arm made of something?
How did
that
he discover
hurts people?
I don't know. It just looks
I
like
feel like he's got a lot of starfish vibes going on.
How does he just
like a
does it
starfish
grow back or does
can
he detach
like
it?
detach? I think he
But
puts it back on. Right?
Look at it. Look, he's all his legs and his arms too.
He's just flinging his legs and his head is off.
Yeah, it is. What? So
and then his torso is just
does he
flapping on
reattach
the ground.
I want to know how he learned he had that power. Did he just go, I'm trapped. I have no choice but to rip my own arm off. He's like, oh, that didn't hurt. I just
see the picture that I know, which is that one there. Looks like
my power will astound you. Observe.
It looks like a butthole.
It does look.
It looks like a butthole.
Or like a mandarin for our underage viewers. But it looks like a butthole.
Underage viewers knows what.
All right.
Know what buttholes look like. I hope.
So let's rank them real quick.
Let's rank them how.
So the worst one is quite clearly.
Are we ranking them or are we guessing their ranking with actual usefulness?
No, we'll rank them.
Okay. All right. My least.
Okay, so the one
Hindsight Lad is probably the least useful.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure.
Definitely agree about that. I think that next would be.
Why don't you just put numbers next to the ones that are...
I don't know, Jacob. Alright, Hindsight Lad, number 1, most useless hero. Then Dazzler.
Probably Color Kid. No?
Yeah,
Color
Color
Kid.
Color
Because he
Kid.
doesn't do anything
Turns
whatsoever.
things a different colour.
Like this.
Blue now. It's blue. I'm going to go... Probably Cypher would be number 3.
He's
just Google Translate. That's not helpful.
He's not a useful thing.
Not helpful at all.
No, Madame Fatal has to be up there with like number 2.
Let's go Madame Fatal number 2 because she's just some dude dressed up as an old woman. So
she doesn't actually do anything.
She's just Bruce Jenner.
She doesn't have a power. She just pretends.
Number 3,
pretending to have a power.
Number 3 is Color Kid. Number 4, Cypher. I reckon Rainbow Girl next. Because all she does is make you feel angry or sad or happy.
Can be useful to know like physical threats. If I'm emotionally threatened right now. All right, stop being emotionally threatened. Oh,
I
fine.
will. I'm happy now. Oh, I guess you could have helped when Thor was being all lame in Endgame. Anyway, all right. I reckon
Thor.
Next would probably be Stone Boy before he learned how to move.
Well, even when he learned how to move, he couldn't move much.
He's just like get shot. Okay. I think probably Dazzler.
Well,
is next number 7.
Yeah, because light. I mean, except for being bright, it's not like lasers. It's just light, right?
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know if it's like a flashbang or something. I think we can safely say Thunderer would be 10 because he actually can level buildings, which is handy. I think next would be
seismic waves, but only to your blood alcohol limit.
Yeah,
is
so
that like
go
a blood
next.
alcohol ratio of 0.1?
We'll go Arm Fall Off Boy next, then Jin Genie in 9. So it goes from 10 to 1. It goes the Thunderer, Jin Genie, Arm Fall Off Boy, Dazzler.
This is in most to least usefulness.
Yes, Stone Boy, Rainbow Girl, Cypher, Color Kid, Madame Fatal, and the worst one is Hindsight Lad, who's basically just like your girlfriend when she goes, you could have done that differently. But he's an actual superhero.
How do they let him on any team?
I don't know. He'd be like, hey, what's your power? And he'd be like, well...
If you didn't let me on this team, it would have been a bad choice.
If you do something, I'll tell you how you could have done it better. I'd be like, oh, cool, so can you go back in time? And like...
No.
Oh, how is that helpful?
All right. Job interview time.
Okay, all right. Hello, welcome to the X-Men. I am Professor X. Why are you writing it? Am I interviewing you?
You're interviewing.
Hi, welcome to the X-Men. I'm Professor X. I'd like to know what your name is first.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is my name is Jeffrey, and
What is your superhero name, though?
my superhero alter ego is Hindsight Man.
Okay, and what is your power?
I don't have a physical power, but I can tell you some amazing things about alternate futures. Past.
No physical power. Okay,
It's
so
okay,
you can,
but you don't have to focus on that.
But okay, so you can go back in time.
No, I can't physically go back in time.
So you can go forward in time and then tell us what has happened.
No, see, my powers are mainly now based. It's
Right.
like a present time focused ability.
So your power is that you can just look back in time and see what has happened.
See, not quite.
Okay.
If you do something,
Okay.
then I can tell you a better way to do it. So just give me any example right now. Just hit me with a hard one.
Okay.
Just a rock in a
so-
hard place.
Okay. So Apocalypse
I can
is
tell
threatening
you-
humanity, and
Yep.
he punches Quicksilver in the face and knocks him out.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you're right.
You
Okay.
should just tell Quicksilver to
No.
get out of there instead
Okay.
of running towards his fist.
Yep. Thank you. Get out of here.
I'm on the
You suck.
team.
You are useless.
Yeah.
You are useless.
No, I'm on the
You're
team.
useless. Get out of my office.
Check my references. I've got some 1960s comic books
Get
with
away
me
from
in
me.
them.
Go away
Oh,
from here.
okay.
You lose. All right. I think that we are done for today.
Yep.
But what are we going to talk about next time?
So next time, I think we should talk about the next few Game of Thrones episodes that
Yeah.
have come out.
Yeah, because we just had the Battle of Winterfell yesterday, which I'm so stoked to talk about. So stay tuned for that. There's a couple more PS4 games that have come out.
Yeah, Days Gone.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yep.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the Jedi Fallen Order game that's coming out.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that in more
That'd be
detail. And we'll have our secret segments as usual.
Yeah, secret segments. More secret segments coming up.
Yeah, so it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
All right. See everybody then.
Yeah, awesome.